Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be going over my 2018 planner lineup. And this is kind of late since it's already January 2nd, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do some of these. So I was kind of going back and forth. So I think I finally have it pinned down. I may or may not change it as the, months go by, but for right now, I've kind of figured it out. I do want to apologize because you can kind of see my camera setup and the shininess of these planners. So my overhead camera, you can see that. So I apologize. I will try and minimize that as much as possible. But anyhow, so I have two classics and a mini, and then I'm going to be using the fitness extension as well. I have the budget edition of the classic, so I will start off with that one and kind of go over what I am, I guess, planning on doing with this one. So first off, it is so pretty. I love this color. I love the silver foiling. I am so into the silver foiling. I think it's so beautiful. So I'm not going to do like a flip through because I'm sure you've seen those, but on the first page, well, the first real page, is the savings goal. And I'm going to use this not necessarily for savings, but what I'm planning on doing is using it to track how much I'm paying towards my mortgage, or above and beyond my regular mortgage payment. What my goal is for 2018 is to pay down my mortgage the 20% so that I can get rid of the mortgage insurance that I'm currently paying on it every month. I have an FHA mortgage, so luckily I bought my house before they switched it to where you have to pay your mortgage insurance for the life of the loan. Mine you can get rid of if you have paid at least 20% of it down, the mortgage amount down, and have passed the 5 years. I've already passed the 5 years, so now I need to get the 20% down. It's not like a conventional loan where it's just 20% of the value of the house. FHA is the actual loan amount, which I wasn't aware of, so I just assumed it was going to go away after the 5 years because our property value has increased. But that is not the case. I found out when I called that I still have to pay the 20% of the loan amount to get rid of that. So that kind of stinks, but at least now I know, and now I can start, saving towards that, or not necessarily saving, putting extra towards that every month. So that's what I'm going to use this for, is to get rid of that, because that's like $140 extra a month on my mortgage that is just basically a waste in my opinion. So anyhow, so that's how I'm going to do that. And then obviously this is the monthly budget. So I'll put my, bills and starting balances and things like that in there. For my monthly, I'm going to use this, to put when bills are due. Most of my bills are auto pay, but there are a few that I do have to, send out checks. I don't actually write checks. I still do it through my bank, but they're not on auto pay. So I will put that in there, as well as any birthdays or things like that, because you spend money for that too. So I'm going to put, that as kind of little reminders in here as well. And then for my weekly, what I'm most likely going to do is use this as like today's to-dos, and then notes or things I spent money on, returns that I need to make, something like that. So I'm not 100% sure. This will probably evolve as the months go on. Originally, this was just going to be my only planner, so I was going to, do that as like my whole planner. So it would have been today's to-dos and notes that were about, in general, my family and things like that. However, I think because I got the other classic planner, that I'm just going to try and use this budget-wise. We'll see. So that's the plan for this one, at least. We'll see how that goes. Next, I will pull out the other classic planner that I have, which is this one. It is the Best Is Yet to Come. This one also has the silver foiling and that really pretty colors, kind of like the budget edition Spenwell one. I really love how these look. And then, so again, not going to do like a flip through, but let's see. So I'm going to use this as my main planner. So I will put birthdays, important dates, things like that, my top 3 goals or priorities for the month. I like that this doesn't have that currently page, like currently watching, because I don't think I would use that, so I'm glad this doesn't have that. So the monthly is kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to put birthdays, anniversaries, events, things that we have to do for my kids, things like that. And then my weeklies, again, I'm thinking today's to-dos and notes, but I also want to incorporate like a chore schedule or a cleaning schedule or something like that in here. I was going to use this bottom space as like meal planning, but since I have that fitness extension pack, I'm going to use that for meal planning since you have to, keep track of your food in that anyway. So I'm thinking this is how I'm going to use that. We'll see. Again, we'll see how it evolves. So then there is the fitness extension pack. So the way I'm going to use this is probably use the monthly for meal planning. Like I said, we'll see. But that's the idea, at least for now. And then obviously on the weeklies, I'm going to be tracking my calorie intake, the food. I'm also going to track my macros. So I'll put my macro and calorie goals over here on the side. I'm going to weigh in at the beginning of each week. And then obviously keep track of water. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this exercise section. I may keep track of steps. I have a little step counter thing. So I may do that, but I'm not super concerned about exercising right now in this stage of my life. I have an autoimmune disease. I have MS, and that has wreaked havoc with my appetite and weight and everything. I am crazy underweight. So I'm going to keep track of the calories because I need to gain weight, desperately need to gain weight. So that is just, like I said, exercise is not really a concern for me right now. It's actually the opposite of what I need to be doing until I get my weight in a good place, and then I'll focus on, strength training and things like that. But for right now, that's not something I care about. But I do want to meal plan. I do like meal planning. I've noticed that if I don't meal plan, I don't feel like cooking. If there's a plan, then I'll do it. And it's okay, this is what needs to be done. But the past few weeks I haven't meal planned and I just have not felt like cooking at all. And it's kind of one of those what do we got in the freezer? What can we figure out? Because I don't like eating out. I'm actually on an autoimmune diet, the AIP diet. So it's not like I can go pick up food somewhere anyway. So meal planning is very, very important with that diet because it's very restrictive. And that is also one of the reasons I'm losing so much weight. So AIP is great if you want to lose weight, but really, really hard to maintain or gain weight on. So that is definitely something I need to focus on. So that is what the plan is for the fitness extension pack. Again, we'll see how it all goes once I start doing it. But again, that's the goal. And lastly is the Boho Mini. I love this planner. It's so pretty. Again, silver foiling because I love it. But the dividers in this planner are so gorgeous. Like I said, I'm not going to do a full flip through, but I am going to show you some of these dividers because they are gorgeous. There's just the colors are just so beautiful in this for me. So anyhow, the plan for this one is for it to be more of a journaling type thing. I have, pulling pages out. I've always been super bad at journals. I've tried, and then I'll do it for a few days, and then I'd stop doing it. I just get busy, or I just, just things get in the way, and I just don't do it. I'm really bad at it. So I saw this, and I thought, since these areas are so small, they're a lot less intimidating, and I'm more likely to just jot something down real quick. Some kind of event or a milestone in one of my kids' lives, or, I don't know, whatever in here. I'm much more likely to use this as a journal than, a big blank sheet of paper for a journal. So that is what I'm planning on doing for that. The other thing I like about it is, obviously, since you can take the pages out, is what I plan on doing is at the end of the year is taking the pages out that have important, events or milestones in my kids' lives or things like that, and putting them all together and getting rid of all the, fluff that was, not something I really care about remembering every single day. And then doing that as the years go by, and then kind of keeping just those things for my kids to look back at one day, or myself to look back at one day. So I think that'd be kind of pretty neat, as opposed to keeping, stacks and stacks of journals that they'll maybe look at one day when I die, is to have, just the important information, just the important days, just the, lost his first tooth, or, those kind of things that, it's kind of neat for them to look back at one day. So that's my plan for the weeklies on this. For the monthlies, I am going to put, appointments and things like that, because I do think I'm going to take this with me in my purse. And then that way, if I, need to schedule something, I do have, our events and schedule on here so that I can make an appointment, or, see where I need to be, or what event my kids have, or, whatever. So I am going to do that. What I'm going to do is, instead of just throwing it in my purse, and it getting all scratched up and ruining this really beautiful cover, is using this at a glance little thing I had. I've had this forever. It was from a planner that I had years ago, and I just obviously am done with the planner that was in there, but I did like this. I figured I'd have a use for it someday, so I'm going to use it for that, and then I'll stick this in my purse. That way, my planner doesn't get all scratched up. I can hold a pen. It does have slots where you can put cards, like credit cards, or, your license or whatever. So I technically could use this like a gigantic wallet. I probably won't, though. I may keep some sticky notes or something in here. And I do actually keep my checkbook in here, just because I got a new purse, a new wallet, and it doesn't have the little checkbook slot, and it makes it gigantic if I put it in the regular slots in that wallet. So that is the plan, at least for my 2018. We'll see how it all evolves as I, start doing it. But like I said, that's the plan. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Well, not this one, because this is my lineup. But planner videos, plan with me's. Regarding plan with me's, though, I'm not a super decorative planner. I like a lot of white space. I'm more of a functional planner. So if that is something that you're interested in, or that's what you prefer to do, subscribe to my channel. I'm also doing a lot of budgeting videos, because I do love budgets, and I need to get back on that. I used to do Dave Ramsey, and then I kind of fell off the wagon. I didn't, get any kind of credit card debt or anything like that. I just have been terrible at saving. So I need to, buckle down. In 2018, that is definitely something I need to do, is to budget better, get back on it. So that I will be doing more videos, ton of videos on that. So if that's something that you're interested in, or something that you need kind of inspiration for, definitely subscribe, because I will be doing those. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.